Hey, what is up, everybody? It's Joe again from Grindhouse Grotto. Hope everybody's enjoying your 4th of July celebrations. I'm returning with another video tonight in my ongoing series entitled The Forgotten, Volume 1, Episode 2, where I'm going to be reviewing 1986's Killer Workout, aka Aerobicide. This is a really fun film, guys. I enjoy the hell out of it. It's ultra sleazy, ultra exploitative, just an all-around fun film. It's got a lot of the stereotypical things that happen in a slasher film, which I'll get into. But I think what really makes this film fun is the culture of the film. What's going on, in the early to mid '80s in a gym. So we think about, if you've ever been to a gym before, you kind of know what happens in a gym. You got the sluts, the douchebag jocks, you got the creepy guy, all the different shenanigans that happen in a gym. Now think about what a gym would be like in the 80s. And that's kind of what you get in this film, which there's a lot of dialogue between the different characters. And that's kind of what drives this film. And that's really why I enjoy Killer Workout. I enjoy the slasher elements in it as well. But as you will see if you watch this movie relies very heavily on gratuitous, scantily clad women. I mean, some of these scenes are ridiculous. You've got girls in these workout groups that are basically, spreading their legs, spread eagle. It sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, that's exactly what happens in this film. You got these girls that are just, shaking their bodies to this actually really catchy music. It's kind of cheesy music, and I know it's going to sound horrible for me to say that, but I find myself kind of humming the music when I'm watching this movie, which is kind of funny. It's so bad, but it's so good at the same time. So yeah, these girls are, in this workout group, and they spend so much time showing these girls working out. You really understand what the directors, what the producers of this film were aiming for, who were their target audience, and that's pretty much, not saying women are not going to enjoy this film, but they definitely were targeting men when they were making this. But yeah, you get a lot of dialogue between the different actors. You got the gym owner, who, a little bit of foreshadowing early on, she's a twin sister who dies in a tanning bed. So it's not really told, but it's kind of implied that somebody turned the temperature up in the tanning bed, and her twin sister ended up burned to death in the tanning bed. So that could possibly be the motive of the killer. It's not really explained, but it's a murder mystery. It could be the creepy guy in the gym. It could be a jealous girlfriend or boyfriend. It could be the gym owner. We just don't know, and I think they do a really good job kind of hiding who the killer is until the final scene of the movie. You get some really cool slasher scenes in here too. This one girl, she's in a shower and she's getting stabbed to death by this laundry pen. So you don't really see the killer, but you just kind of see the laundry pen as it goes into the girl. You get this really cheesy fight scene outside the gym between this new guy that shows up. So you get this like buff guy who's a new member of the gym, and he shows up and just, all the girls are kind of, drooling over this guy. He's the new buff guy. And then the one creepy guy who's trying to pick up all the girls is kind of trying to stake his claim, stake his territory on the gym. And so he's kind of like stalking these girls, and there's this one scene where, he's coming out of the gym and he's trying to pick up this girl, and she's like, "Get away from me, I don't want anything to do with you." And then the buff guy comes to her rescue and is like poking at him, and he's like, "What did she tell you? Didn't she tell you that she didn't want anything to do with you?" And the next thing you know, they're like duking it out, fighting and everything. It's pretty ridiculous because the sound effects are not properly synced. When the guys are like landing punches, you'll hear like the punch, like a slight delay after it. It sounds kind of almost like a kung fu movie. So that's really cheesy. But yeah, what I find fascinating about this film and why I think it stands out as a slasher oddity is the fact that, you really get a glimpse of the early 80s culture. Like I said, what it's like in a gym. If you go to a gym nowadays and all the stuff, the shenanigans that happens in a gym, now just imagine what it was like in the 80s going to the gym. And I find that to be fascinating, and it might not have been the main appeal to the movie when it first came out. It's an obscure film, so it didn't have a huge following when it was released. But now, today, watching this film, I feel like that's why it's got a cult following. That's why people enjoy this film, is because it's a glimpse of the early to mid 80s culture. And what is it like in the gym in the early to mid 80s. So I find that to be fascinating. Yeah, if you like slasher films, if you like exploitative, ultra sleazy films, similar in the same vein as Slumber Party Massacre films, Sorority House Massacre films, these over-the-top sleazy films, you're going to enjoy this. There's a good amount of special effects and gore in here. Very good pacing. This film doesn't drag very much. All the kills are very well timed out. So, you know, you get kills that pace the film. So yeah, just an overall fun film. So there's not too much to the plot. Basically, you know, there's a killer on the loose in the gym. You got these different characters who could be the killer. You get, you know, just characters doing what people do in the gym. And they're just getting killed one by one. And then you finally get the reveal of the killer in the final act of the movie. And it's kind of, it blows you away when you find out who the killer is. I'll just leave it at that, because you're not expecting it. And it's definitely a good reveal at the end of the movie. As far as the Blu-ray goes, it's actually was released several years ago. Slasher Video and Olive Films released this. It's a pretty limited release as far as special features go. There's not really too much to it. You get the photo gallery, original killer workout title sequence, killer workout trailer, and that's pretty much it. Picture quality is pretty poor. It's pretty much a almost DVD quality port of the movie. It's pretty much a DVD port of the movie. They didn't really do any cleaning up of the image quality. There is actually another release of this. 88 Films just released this not too long ago. And I believe the 88 Films release of this is the superior release. I don't think it's worth an upgrade if you already own the Olive Films version of this. I own this version. I enjoy this film, but I just don't feel like it's worth shelling out the $20 to buy it again. It's not that great of a film where I feel like I need to go out and get it. Now, if they drop the price on it, I'll definitely go pick it up, but this is a pretty good release. If you're on a low budget and you want to get this film, you probably can still find it for fairly cheap. But yeah, this is a pretty good film. I highly enjoy it. I highly recommend it. If you're a slasher completionist, if you just want to see every slasher film known to man, this is definitely one that I would say that is very entertaining. You will get a good kick out of it. It's just like one of those movies. I feel like the producers, when they made this, they were like, okay, what is our target audience? Who watches these films? And then they made the film based off of who they thought was going to want to watch this film. And it's targeted towards men, okay? You will see if you watch this film. I'm talking, they spend so much time on these girls working out. It's literally probably about 30 to 40 minutes of these girls working out. It's like a workout movie or workout video with slasher elements in it. I mean, it's and gym dialogue. So that's pretty much what you're getting with this film. Highly entertaining, just a fun film. And that's really pretty much all I can say about it. Hope you all enjoyed this review of this film. I know it's kind of a quick review. It's just a fun film. I don't really have too much to talk about it. I did want to, you know, share with you all my thoughts in this film, because I want to make sure I preserve, you know, the cult following of this film. It's really important that we continue to talk about these films, and get as much exposure to these movies as possible, because I want to continue, you know, other generations to know about this film and be able to watch it. That's what's important to me, and that's why I'm doing this Forgotten series. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this review. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the content. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video and for future content. Drop me a comment in the comment section. Let me know, what are your thoughts on Killer Workout, aka Aerobicide. Did you like my review? Have you seen this movie before? Where does it fall amongst other slasher movies? Do you see this movie as more of a exploitative film, or is it more of a slasher film, or is it a combination of both? But anyways, guys, stay tuned for my next video in the ongoing series, The Forgotten, Volume 1, where I'm going to be covering slasher oddities. These are films that have fallen off the radar. They're so obscure that pretty much, unless you're a hardcore elitist slasher fan, then you probably never heard of these films before. The casual fans never heard of them, and that's why I'm bringing you this series, to bring exposure to these films. Stay tuned to the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, later.